Yo, my name's Jared. I'm an audio engineer here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today, I wanted to take a look at some drum tracks that I've got. I've been working for a church named Zeal, and we just recently updated our entire front of house system. So that's new preamps, new converters, new front of house board. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to take a look at the difference between the Behringer system that we were on compared to the Yamaha system that we just went to. It's not a great A/B test because it's not the same song or the same part, but it's the same mics, same drums, just different converters and stuff. And I think we can still suss out the difference between the two just by listening. So check this out. This is the Behringer. There's no mixing going on. This is straight off of the mics. All right, and then this is the DM7 with RIO preamps. Again, this is just straight off of the board. All these plugins are inactive right now. Let's go back to the Behringer. DM7. So yeah, quite a big difference. It's almost crazy that it's the same drums, but there's just so much more low end on the Yamaha. To me, it's crazy. There's just like more depth. I feel like I can definitely hear more space. Like it just seems like the Behringer's a little one-dimensional. I think that this stuff like really comes into play when you start mixing it because it's just like this is just our bass line and it's about where we can push them to and stuff. So like I could bring in some low end with the EQ and stuff, but let's take a look. I just kind of did a quick dirty mix on these. So let me turn all that stuff on and then we can kind of start to see. I try to do mostly the same plugins and tools and stuff like that and some of the same moves. So again, we can try to keep it the same as far as our test goes, but I did have to make different moves just because the stuff was sounding different, but I try to stay pretty close to the same here. So let me get everything fired up here. And then we'll take a listen to this again. So here's the Behringer. So I'm pulling this up so we can kind of see if we're in the same ballpark of loudness. Here's the Yamaha. Let's see here. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty big difference. It's that low end of the kick and the snare, everything. It was just much easier to get there. Like I really had to, I'm even boosting a ton of low end into this, and I can try even more, but I'm not gonna get there that with the same low end I have on this Yamaha. Listen to that kick drum. You can really hear it there. It just feels so much punchier right out of the gate. And then let's go back to this Behringer here. I'm just gonna try putting some more low end in there to see if we can even get close, even more. Waiting, here we go. Versus here. Yeah, it's just a lot punchier. I just don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, and I feel like I can even the snare, it just gets there a lot quicker. I can kind of describe what I'm doing here on this stuff too. I love the hard thing with like live drums is it's not recorded in a great room. Like these drums are in a cage, so the ceiling is like my mics are almost at the top of the ceiling on the overheads. So I kind of like to fake a room in there to just give us some space. So I added this track here. Let's hear what that's doing here on my DM set. So I'm going to pull it in and out. Just gives it a little more air around the drum so it doesn't feel so choked off from everything else. And I can really, especially with the room mics in the live recording, I can get a lot more of that as well. And then I've been loving this, like, I've been doing like tape, we call it like parallel saturation. So I've got this tape going on in parallel off the snare. Let's hear what that's doing. Yeah, and then on my actual drum bus, what I'm processing everything with is just like a distressor. It is in parallel though. I think it's probably like around 25%. Just trying to make things happen quick. I would do this like in actual parallel, like on a separate channel, but I was just moving quick and trying to get things, happening here pretty fast. But I think you can also like really tell the difference in the toms. Let's check out around here. Here's like toms on the RIO. And the toms on the Behringer. Yeah, it's just papery and not even remotely close to the same amount of low end. And again, I think that like we've done live records on these Behringers. They sound great. I'm really not trying to dump on Behringer. It's just out of all the things that I've ever worked on in the studio, I bought preamps, new microphones, all that kind of stuff. The biggest difference I've noticed is in the converters. And I think it's just a big step from here to here. Obviously the price point is different, but I'm just trying to illustrate like the things that can actually make a big impact on moving the needle forward on quality. Great microphones and all that stuff going into not great converters can just be counterproductive, and it's really cool to be able to just like see the difference. Also, in the overheads, I feel like, again, just one dimensional, just feels like everything's just kind of like right here versus like having depth. So on the ride on the Behringer, like for the overheads, it's just kind of like focusing on the ride here. And then let's check out the Yamaha kind of overheads. I just feel like there's like a lot more definition and depth. And let's hear the Behringer again here. And the Yamaha. Yeah, I just feel like the imaging is in the low end is just night and day. But yeah, let me know if this is helpful. If you want to see more stuff like this, I'm going to be going through like kind of building a mix on through the RIO, and then we can really compare and contrast like how these things like stack up over an entire mix. But yeah, let me know what you think.